That is the popos. Them popos. Them popos. That was cool. A dude on a Harley, or like a custom, you know, saying hi. Like usually, some of the people, some of the guys who ride custom bikes don't salute guys who ride sport bikes. So that was cool. That was coolio. What is up, guys? Sam Solo here, and today we're riding the 2018 Yamaha R1. And what a bike it is. I've been riding it for a couple of days now, and I've been really enjoying it. I like it a lot more than the R6. It's like, and the weird part about it is that it's more comfortable than the R6, even though it's a bigger bike. Man, the wind noises. Pretty fucking annoying. This bike has the stock exhaust, and it sounds like nothing. It sounds like nothing. It's pretty disastrous. Like, you have to get the Acropolis slip-on, or I would go for the full exhaust if I would have this bike. I'm going to this spot over here, I remember it was a pretty cool spot to stop, so we'll see. I'm gonna check it out, and we'll see if we can do a walk around over there. Let's take a look over here. If I remember correctly, this should be the spot. Yep, I think this is it. Ooh, this has changed. Wow, that's completely new. All right. That wasn't there a little while ago. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. Where should I park the bike? I'll just stop here and hope nobody gets annoyed that I'm here. Hopefully not. Okay, I guess that's it. Ooh. Wearing leathers in this fucking weather is terrible. I'm gonna look if I can find yet another rock to put under the fucking... At least now we don't have abundance of rocks. We have plenty around. Would that be enough? No. Need a bigger one. Maybe that one. Maybe this one will do it. Let's try. Are we still shooting? Yeah, we are. Good. I'm a little worried it's gonna fall over. Maybe just a tad bit. Yeah. That is fucking dangerous, but let's hope nothing happens. This is it. 2018 Yamaha R1. It has the stock exhaust on it, which is pretty fucking shit. I would replace that immediately with the full Acropovic system. The sound is bad. It's pretty heavy, I think. Of course it's heavy, like you can shed some weight, some proper kilos by changing to the Acropovic's full exhaust system. But it's not as heavy as you would think, because I was checking on the Acropovich website for the difference between like how much do you save weight, how much do you lose weight when you change to the full system on an S1000RR and the R1. And the S1000RR, if you change the whole exhaust full system, you will save almost 14 kilos. It was like 13.9 or something. Or it might have been also 14.9, I can't recall, but it's like 14 to 15 kilos just by changing the exhaust. Like, what the fuck is that about? Now I went to check, I was like, oh shit, you get a ton of weight out of that bike with that modification, one mod. But then I went to look at the R1, I was like, oh, how much do you get weight off the R1? Because it's not a heavy, super heavy bike in my opinion. I haven't ridden like the super light ones, like the new Panigale and stuff like that, but it feels so light. Like, there's not a big difference in my opinion between this one and the R6 in weight. Like, Yamaha says there's a 10 kilo difference. When you change the system on the Yamaha R1, you save like 5.9 kilos or something like that when you get the full system. So it's not as big of a difference as it's with the BMW, but it's still some nice amount of weight savings. Anyways, yeah, so the difference between the R1 and the R6 in weight is 10 kilos. Now, you change the full exhaust system, that's like 6 kilos, and that's a wet weight, by the way. So you get 6 kilos off, then you get rid of all this stuff and these, and you change the battery to a lithium-ion battery, like a smaller battery that's gonna save also some weight. You're pretty close to 190 wet just by doing that. Then you can also shed, you know, the ABS system, and there's other stuff you can take off the bike. So I don't think there's a big difference, like, and the power on this one is like fucking phenomenal. Like, I can't even understand the way this bike goes to corners when I drive it. I have to actually, like, I know, like, Al from 44T usually says this on every new fast bike he rides. He's like, you just have to recalibrate your brain on how fast it is. For me, from coming from an XSR 900 and driving the R6, this is completely like the way this thing just builds up on speed. You don't have to do much. Like, it doesn't require any effort. Like, when you're blasting the XSR or the R6, you know you're blasting the bike. You're like trashing it. You're really doing it. With this one, you just twist the throttle and it fucking goes. Now, I was doing some twisties and stuff, and I'm suddenly like noticing, like, whoa, that's a way too fast of a situational speed for me on this road with this bike in this gear. And yeah, I was really surprised about that, how effortlessly it goes. Of course it's fast and it goes like crazy when you actually twist the throttle or start to drive it, but there's a certain type of calmness about how this bike, it might be every 1000cc bike because I haven't ridden any of the other bikes, but there's a certain type of calmness in the way that this bike goes. When you twist the throttle just a little bit, you notice, whoa, I'm doing over the speed limit. Doing on a highway, you're just like strolling along and you don't even notice how fast it's going. That doesn't happen with the XSR 900. Okay, it might be also because of because you don't have any wind protection and stuff, but the wind protection on this is not phenomenal. So I don't know. There's something about this bike that really, really got me. I'm falling for it super hard, and that's the problem because of the price point that I talked about in a vlog. You know, a bike like this is gonna cost in Finland like 25,000 euros new. There's like 10 grand more that you pay in other European countries. Like in Germany, you can get it for like 16, 17,000, and in the UK, I think it's like 15,000 pounds or something like that, and that is fucking insane, you know. And that kind of like almost rules out the R1M for me, because that bike is gonna cost, if you buy it new, is gonna cost 32,000 euros, and that's a lot of money, man. And not to even mention the Panigale, the V4, the new one. Like the normal version costs in Finland like 34, 35,000, and the S version is like, I think it's like 40 grand or something. That is just ridiculous. I took this bike to the cobblestones of Helsinki the other day, and it was fine. Like, I don't know what the Ellen's suspension would do, how it would help, but I managed just fine with the stock bike. Like, again, with the color, I will get it as, like, I think the blue is pretty cool, and it's like super Yamaha-ish, you know. Uh, Blue has always been the color of Yamaha, and but I would say that I would get this bike. Also, like I said about the R6, I would get it in black, because the complete murdered out black R1 looks so sick. It's so nice in my opinion. It looks so cool. It's so badass. So I would get the black one because it looks really nice. I would get the full black R1, get rid of these, get rid of this, change the full system from Akrapovic, put that on, maybe think about changing the levers, and that will be it. And I would start practicing on track. It's been a real pleasure. Like, there's not a moment on this bike that I didn't enjoy, except for the shitty exhaust. That is like fucking Euro 4 and all that shit. Yeah, so let's take a look at it with the lights on. Well, you can't see much in daylight, but there they are. I really like them. They're badass on this bike. I don't know why, but the normal R1 has 190 tires, and the R1M has 200. I don't get it. They have the same rims, different suspension though, but I don't think that's gonna be... I don't think that is a reason to change. I don't know what's the difference. I would really like to get the R1M, because that's a bike, like, if you get that, that's it. You pretty much don't need anything else ever for like the next 5 years. But I don't think I will be able to afford it, because it's just too expensive with 32 grand. I'll have to see during the winter time if something comes up for sale used. Then it might be a possibility, but I would really like to have the 2008 model with the new lift system and the blipper and everything, that like standard stock Yamaha with a warranty. That would be really cool. It's a sick bike. I really enjoy it. Yeah, but that is it. I don't know what else to say. It's a fantastic bike. It rides really well. What a machine. There's not much of a sound test with this. As you can see, it's pretty fucking horrible. Well, actually, when you're not riding the bike and there's not so much other stuff going on like wind noise and stuff, it actually sounds pretty cool. Okay. Actually, as a stock can, it sounds pretty good. I'll withdraw my you just don't hear it on the bike when you're riding fast and the wind is blowing and everything, all that wind noise. You just don't hear it very well when you're riding the bike. But here on the parking lot, it sounds pretty fucking good. So, I guess that is about it. The question that is left is, would you go for the R1M? Or would you think that the R1 is plenty enough in the beginning and you ride it for like 3 years and then new bikes are going to be completely off the hook and then you can swap it again? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. It's time to go and ride this bad boy.